This is day 573 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. I'd like to apologize for my voice. Feeling a bit under the weather. Hopefully it'll be okay. Today, if you'd like to sponsor coming to the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi or more, please come to me directly. It'd be greatly appreciated. Today we're doing, supposed to do, Siman Shin Lamed Zayin Sif Ches, the Siman Shin Lamed Zayin Sif Zayin, but we did Ches because we finished off the Siman yesterday, and so we're starting from the beginning of Shin Lamed Ches. The very much Kol, things which are forbidden out of because you are making too loud a noise. Anything which is the conclusion of a malacha, you lie because of makapatish. That's why somebody who is who etches something a minute amount, and black as he points out, but mark keli at the end, obviously of making the keli. Masagin kli raises the double she's talking. Somebody fixes the keli in any way that he fixes. Chayav, he's liable. Basically, shear could go kinoros and volume maybe shard for it. Therefore, as a preventative measure that you shouldn't come to such a fixing, which you might go hatish, they forbade using any musical instruments on Shabbos, such as harps and wind instruments. Maybe shard for anything else, for that matter. I feel like close to the etzba, karka, or luach, even to knock with your finger on the ground or on a board, or chas connected a chas, they're showing or one opposite of the other, I guess, like drums, like people who make music, or kashkesh, so it goes to tinok, or to rattle a excuse me, a nut for a baby, or starting for a bazuk, or to use some sort of a triangle. Kadesh Yishtok, in order that he should be quiet, close the chitz, also gezeiros shemitak glishir. These are all forbidden unless you come to fix musical instruments. I can show and quote from the Rambam. Beis, beer and vorim. The Gemara Shuli Erevin is plukta. The Gemara Erevin has machlokas. The Komin Kol also b'Shabbos, all types of noises are also in Shabbos. Feel kol shein shir, even a noise which is not from not has nothing to do with music. Go lakos ladelos. So to knock on the door and leave talk to open it. Chetzim is also is forbidden. Rabbi Savar losu ela kol shel shir nishma ke'ein shir v'nima v'nachas. Rabbi holds the only answer the sound of music, meaning the whole sounds like a music in rhythm and in its pleasantness and its rhythm. Some people pass so any type of sound would be forbidden. But the other Rishonim Paskin, like the great, the main Rishonim, from Rosh Paskin like Rabba, that it's only musical sound. But says to shear also to make sound with a musical instruments is also. But to knock on the door anything similar. Kisheno derech shear mutter, if it's not a way of music, it's permissible. I can show them. The Bir Halacha writes, the Gur writes that no, the primary halacha is like the Ushami, which is machmir. But the Olam nevertheless is knowing to be maker like the Shulchan Aruch. But regardless, says the Gra, I guess, that you can knocking on the door, kilachar yad, I guess you go like that, something, is permissible to according to everybody, even if you have a mind to be mashmiya kol. Obviously, you want people to hear the noise. Back to Arukh HaShulchan. He said, "Mekom b'sak gdolim shetluyim pamboni mal minadelos." That's the case in large cities, I guess, where there's a doorbell, literally a doorbell. In the manner in which you open the door, the bell rings. Now, when not somebody press the doorbell, but when somebody enters the house, they can hear the bell ring. You're allowed to open the door even though it's going to make that noise. They ain't have kavanah l'shir. Because since you don't have mind to be musical, have pleasure, that's like knocking on the door. Interesting, even though the sound is a pleasant one. It's a bell. Nevertheless, since your intent is not to make music, aim is that there's no prohibition. Mishnah Bura writes that the Taz, Avram permits it, but the Gra is clearly holds like the Taz, since the clapper in the bell is meant to make a sound, and therefore makes no difference in Rechabin or not. Therefore, it's appropriate before Shabbos to remove the clapper from the bell. or stop it up with wool or with other cloth, so it should not be heard. But with Shabbos like Chag, so if you didn't open it and take it off from Erev Shabbos, it seems you can be lenient. So Arukh HaShulchan is lenient with Chatchila, which will only be evident. Back to the Arukh HaShulchan. This is the doorbell. Sometimes the doorbell is inside the house. And outside you pull a metal rope. By day came and through that the bell starts ringing, and you open the door for you. Wow, also primitive. Came and it's not made for music. Sometimes you push a button outside, and the bell rings inside, push on the opening for him. It's also permitted, obviously not talking about electricity here, it's talking about mechanical. The Mishnah Bura also here is much more stringent. He says that the Achronim states also. The Halacha says that if you can't get into your own yard in order to go to sleep, unless you ring the bell, you can be lenient because of covered Shabbos. But you have to make sure you don't come to such a situation. But it's better to do it by a shinoi. But to pull a rope on the clapper, which is made in his house, in order to call the servant, to ring a bell for a servant, there's no leniency at all, because you can do without it, and it mocks Shabbos. I don't know what he would say about an internal bell to call a servant. Sounds like it would be okay, because it's not L'Shem Shir. So we have major machlekes between the Arukh HaShulchan and the Mishnah Bura, this Nakuda. So to the bells which are on the parochas Pesach Aron, on the opening of Aron Kodesh, if they make noise and you move the parochas, and so to the bells, you find it on the crowns of Sefer Torah, which make a sound when you walk. This intent is not for music, ela shmiya, kol ba'alma, just to make a sound. To tell the people that the Sefer Torah is being taken out, or that they're taking, they're moving with it up to the bima. It's not the sound of music that Chachamim aser. That's from Noga Avraham El Yerabah. That's the Taz. Veno Ikar, he rejects the Taz. As we mentioned in the Bible, Shmaya, this is the widespread custom throughout the world. Mishnah says here, Shah Ephraim, that there he holds the Chachila should not do this in Shabbos. In places where there were no Yichet L'Magen Avraham, then they can continue to do so. And Chospi on them, don't protest against them. The cloud is the general principle according to this is the Kol Inyan Shakavan Mishalim Niyamas Hashir Kashir Simcha. Anytime that the purpose is for a pleasantness of music, like songs of Simcha, music of Simcha, or Shirei Evel, or dirges of music of mourning, or Shirei Agavim, or general secular music, romantic music. Plus, you have a clean to do with a tool. I feel beyond it, with your hands, because of a Rambam, like Rambam, to knock with your hand, with your finger on karka luach on the ground or on a tablet, or achas connected achas or sherman, or one opposite the other, like a drummer. In other words, there's certain types of tunes which are enhanced and by the knocking with a finger. Since you're doing a deed with your finger, also come up with a share. They forbade this, just like using a musical instrument. So too to rattle for a child with a rattle, with a nut, of a zug, or a triangle. So you should be quiet, or drink, or sleep. The kashkish means that you're trying to make the sound pleasant. It makes the sound like a buzz, like I guess like a noise machine, a sleeping noise machine. Vitamin Khalil, actually, it says that the zimzuma is a type of wind instrument. He wants us to have the pleasantness of a song. To this, the child will be quiet and sleep. Also, that's forbidden. Even those in mind, but clean molly to come, so too, this is the sound machine. If you put water in a vessel full of tiny holes. Mativa clay marcos, and it drips into a metal vessel. They shishma kolink. He comes zooms so here that the white noise of like rain dripping in the background. Also, it's forbidden. The Mishnah Berurah says if you want to hit one hand against the other, like clapping, in order to make the child happy and to silence him, do a klachayad, which of course is what people do when they want to clap on Shabbos. They don't go, they go klachayad, something where there's machinery, anything of that sort. The Mishnah Berurah says that if you have with this noise machine, if it's for a sick person to lull him to sleep, it's permissible. Because it's sick. But if you are also, if you're doing it strenuously, I guess you're making it sound of a rainstorm. So in order to waken a healthy sleeper from sleep, it's permissible, since you're not doing it with in a pleasant way. Hey, with things where there is no intent for pleasantness of song, they have no note of joy or mourning, nor romantic music, secular music. I'm not sure how you use agavim in this context. Usually, shir agavim means inappropriate music. But just maybe I think it means probably all secular music in this category. Just to make the sounds. I feel like Chazagim is a strong sound. Come on, Shamash and Makashish, Makunas, Alexonium, Kolbes Classes, such as the Shamash who beats with a hammer on the walls in order to call people to come to shul. Or Shemakel Dav Chazaka, make a clap with something strong on a bima. I feel Makashkesh, Zug Sheish, is in the Imus. And even if you use a triangle or something like that, which has some pleasantness for this. Kokon has Zugin. Like the little bells in the Sefer Torah and the Barokas, or Zangin Shogabi or the bells on top of the door. Came with Jenna Kavana, it'll be showing the Imus, since the can is not for pleasantness. El Ashmiel Kobama, just to make a noise. Anything else, so I'm Mishum Kleshir. There's no, you can't say it's also because you might come to fix musical instruments. Okay, I'm talking Megozim, some also people play with nuts. Shegozayake Gosheni, one nut should hit the other nut. Okay, Gav Shemashmiel Kol, even though it makes a sound. And with that, klum, it's nothing. Rakakarka also is not, it's on the ground. Because it's going, of course, it's off the ground because it's coming, it might make smooth out the dirt. But she's bar, as we shall see. Therefore, you can wind on Erev Shabbos a clock. It's prepared and wound before Shabbos through a weight. Obviously, talking about like a grandfather clock. Shabbos is going to make a sound every hour on the hour on Shabbos. That's okay. It's not the sound of a musical instrument. Then I come on to Mishum it's not that I do pleasantness. So they just wanted to know and to hear. And showcase what hour it is now. Okay, therefore, even though it makes a pleasant sound, it's permissible. Time she's bar and everything was as we have said. Came and come on with shir because your intent is not for singing. Just to make a noise. You should still tell a service that means the time made ikar. Again, the Taz must have forbid this, and that is not primary. Came like Rabbi says Steve Gimel, that's permissible. I shum. Umashman be said lahami kli shir me'erev Shabbos. Shir me'atzum Shabbos. God can also to set up a stereo or back then obviously it was a music box of some sort that should play music on Shabbos. They put on to a Shabbos clock. It's forbidden. God can also. How can we stop and make sense? Since it makes sense because since the prohibition is that you might come to fix musical instruments, make the sound by yourself. You make the sound, or Matsumo makes the sound on its own. Some the final analysis there is a concern. When you see it doesn't play properly, you're not going to fix it. But it says in brackets here, Shabbos to wind a clock on Shabbos is also Mishum Misaki and Mora. Famous thing which almost nobody's familiar with nowadays, which is that if your watch stops on Shabbos, those days when it was a wind up, You're allowed to wind it on Shabbos. I remember when I was young, the main trial was, what about automatic self-winding watches? I don't even know how many people have such watches today. Vav, the dad mashkat rabbeinu b'yisoyis lahakish la'adalos k'eino klider shir mutter. No, that which is the Ramah, the Yisrael said that the knock on the door, if it's not a manner of a music, it's missile kasser rabbeinu Ramah, but says Lashona. The Ramah writes, and this is his what he says. The chenim lo avid ma'is shari, if you don't do an action, it's permissible. Therefore, those people who call to their friend, want to beckon their friends, and they whistle like a bird. They don't move on cloud. Michael Mashlin. I understand what he's telling us, says Oshon. They sure repair. Hello, low nest or cloud. There was never any prohibition on singing with your own mouth. Like Shibakli, only using a tool or vessel, tool. Or Bagufo, Kishishazbos, or if your body, only when you knock with your fingers. Koshkosavnu. Balzel Merbatzmo. And that is himself, and this himself, he says, he's not doing it, Maisa. Shari, it's permissible. So Shari, Clement, Shari, Rak, the people, low Masekli. If you only use your mouth and not a keli, you can Michael Mashmalon. Shemuter itself take him in people. So what's the kiddush that you're allowed to make a whistle like a bird? A coming sheer muter beviv, any type of song is whistle with your mouth. Zayin. Makor Hadin, the source of the Allah is Shilti Gibarim. The custom is the legends there. But it's Api shows those for Tiptuf or Gil Gankan on Imash Bashir Halcha, even though the same whistle is used sometimes to make a pleasant music, like Shlomo Carlebach. For the Zerabusa, so it's coming out this the Chiddush. The Gam Bashir Keli, Gilim Tiptuf, also when you're using musical instruments, people often whistle to accompany it. Conversating moves, this is also not understandable. The Mamakach, so what? So, Shira Pad, Lo Nesamel, final analysis, using your mouth is never forbidden. Vikam also law, Shir Shakeli, Klumar Shabbatif Zemanim Mashir, and if his intent was not about the music of the vessel, but rather with this whistling, he makes the actual music more pleasant. He's using the whistling together with a guitar. Shina Mutter, obviously is Mutter. The Ray called you Shir Repair Mutter. No, sorry, yeah, no, let me read the sentence. Also, in other words, there's no vessel involved, no tools, no musical instruments, not with a guitar, not with anything. Ray calls Shir somehow this whistling, I guess, it's like a cappella music, somebody's singing and somebody's whistling to accompany him. Shir Mutter is obviously permissible. Ray calls Shir Mutter. Any a cappella is permissible. So it seems to me that this is the shot. It seems to us that Regilim Lasim Etzbo Toch Piv. It's not English, I never learned how to do this, but with a special kind of whistling, you put your fingers inside your mouth, between the lips and the teeth. They can you can produce the sound like a bird. So this is the Chiddush. I forgot to be yad usher, even though to use your hand is usher. So it's time Raman the usher goes back. It's like Ram writes, you're not allowed to knock with your finger. Come Hachashari never hits missile. Came into be yodo. Came into be yodo. I know Sema says here, since your hand, you're not doing creating the sound. Trust the pen, the sound is with your mouth. But I didn't know that condition to pay out your fan. It's only the hand is only your mouth in order to enhance the whistling. Okay, therefore it is permissible.